Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a good one for you. There's never a dull moment in crypto. Let's go ahead and talk about it. We're going to cover a massive bombshell from Discover Card CEO drops a hint about a Ripple partnership there. We're going to get into that. Elon Musk gets a warning from lawyers. Brian Brooks is in the news, and it's all about XRP. A catalyst for crypto, and it's an ugly, ugly truth. Ripple patent we talked about the other day, I think it can help. Let's roll that beautiful intro and get into this.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradley above at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here very quickly. Just looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum this morning, $48,000. Come on in. It just dropped down a little bit, but it was at $48,000 for Bitcoin. It is really, really pumping. There it is again, 48,205. Looking at XRP at the number 5 spot, courtesy of the dereliction of duty from the SEC. We are at almost 52 cents. We've been ranging up to 52 plus. We'll keep an eye on that. 31.16 up on the 7-day, sitting at 52 cents right now. Let's go ahead and get into the news, ladies and gentlemen. Lawyers warn Elon Musk Bitcoin pumping tweets could attract the SEC's ire. Fury, if you will. Ooh, careful there, Elon. Careful now. That's not the kind of attention you want on any given day, right? This is in the news again. Brian Brooks predicts XRP trading will resume in the U.S., says SEC's case may center on one simple question. We go into this just to remind everybody where his thoughts are on the matter. He says, I'll just make a quick prediction, and that is that there is a settlement to be done here somewhere. The settlement has to do with the distribution of the tokens so that existing token holders can continue to trade them and find value in the way that they do. Well said by Brian Brooks. I tell you, I can't wait to see where he surfaces when he comes back from his sabbatical. And I tell you, I hope that he remains in this sector, whether it be in the regulatory side or in the private sector side. But I really hope he's in the regulatory side because I feel like his insight and everything he brings perspective to this space is just absolutely paramount. So let's keep an eye on that. Now, here's where we go here. This is our catalyst. This is the ugly truth for what I believe is going to help really set crypto into the stratosphere. I really believe this, and it is an ugly truth. I want you to listen to this Harry Dent comment that he makes for just a couple minutes here. And it's about, he believes that he's predicted a crash in the stock markets in April and as much as a 40% correction. Now, I want to remind you before I play this clip that we have seen Jeff Bezos and other corporate heads take out large positions of their own stock. And I believe that that's not only because Jeff Bezos is planning to leave Amazon at some point, but I believe also that these corporate heads, they understand that there's a pay-to-piper moment coming, and they're cashing out a bit and probably diversifying. We also see that there's other things on the horizon, but let's listen to Harry Dent before I get off my soapbox here. Let's listen to what Harry says here. Just listen.
We've been in a slowdown in the economy since 2007 because the baby boomers peaked in spending. That's something I was predicting for 20 years. That's our 40-year in our demographic cycle, which is quite precise. And so what have we gotten? Quantitative easing to fill the gap. Well, quantitative easing has created the biggest financial asset bubble. You look at stocks today and think we were in the greatest economy getting ready to get way greater. And what we've really had is an unrecovery. You know, we've been growing at 1.65% since the 2009 bottom, with massive stimulus, with very low inflation. We should have high inflation and high growth with this much stimulus. And it's because they're fighting a declining tide. And the cost of this, not allowing a recession, not allowing the bubbles and the debt to shake down like we normally do, we've got a monster financial asset bubble. Daniela, the most important number in the world right now is $520 trillion. That is, by the way, 6.2 times 84 trillion GDP in financial assets, stocks, real estate, bonds, that sort of stuff. Normally that would be 2 times GDP, maybe 2.5 in a normal boom.
Yeah.
Debts at 253 trillion. That's off the charts, over 3 times global GDP. But normally that'd be 1.5. So they use this financial asset bubble to offset the debt deleveraging and the debt bubble bursting. And now we have a bigger monster. And I am predicting within weeks or months, the central bank's just going to lose control of it. It's just going to burst. If you notice, and this is the reason for my prediction here, that we're going to see a 40% plus crash in just the next few months.
Wow. That is Daniela Cambone from Stansberry Research talking to Harry Dent, who is really laying it out here that over the next weeks or months, we are going to see that collapse happen because of the central bank losing control of what this nightmare has become. And he goes on to lay this out. I really encourage you to go like and subscribe to Stansberry Research and Daniela Cambone. She does an incredible job on her channel. And this is just one of the many pieces of information that you can find on there from incredible people just laying it out. That really says it to me. And I have been having this conversation collectively with others on this channel, as well as Dave Valier's Cryptopolis, now known as Macro Trader on Twitter. And we've had this conversation for a long time that there is going to have to be a Peter Piper moment. There's going to have to be a correction, regardless of the amount of liquidity that we see continuing to pour into the derivative stock market arena. At some point, you have to acknowledge it doesn't change the fact that it's overbought. And there is going to be a correction for it at some point. Now, he's calling in the next several weeks or months, so we're going to keep an eye on that as well. So, look, I believe nonetheless, all of this is a catalyst for the companies like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Venmo. Now we're getting ready to talk about Discover. You think that they're not aware of this? You think they're not aware that there's trouble coming? Look at this leaked, apparently, meeting with Discover Financial CEO considering the use of Ripple. And it's very difficult to hear this, but I want you to listen to this. Here we go. We'll try to turn this up for you guys.
Network. Is Discover considering partnering with cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies such as Ripple?
So is Discover looking at partnership and partnering with cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies such as Ripple?
So I would separate out blockchain, where we are actively considering that both for our treasury function, but also...
So he says we're considering blockchain. He would separate out blockchain from cryptocurrencies, where they're looking for that for their treasury function and both for... and for their payments business for some commercial application. So let's listen just to the last little bit here.
So there, we are actively looking at it and actually have done some pilots.
So they're actually looking at it, and they've actually done some pilots. Now they're referencing Ripple here. Now I love the way he goes in and separates. I would separate out blockchain from cryptocurrency. Would you now? Well, let me tell you right here, Mr. CEO, you don't get to do that, because here's compliments of Michael Val 5 Link, Sir Gordon Gekko, and Roses on the Moon. That's where all of these three things apparently have come from this morning to me and how I found them. But I have covered this Ripple Labs patent just the other day when it surfaced. But more to the point of why I wanted to bring it up today is because you hear payment company and credit card company Discover. We went over MasterCard and Visa and Earthport and R3 and how everything is tied in. And you can see the major shift happening here by these major payment companies, clearly showing to me, along with these CEOs that are either taking out massive shares and selling them off their company, or they're taking huge positions in cryptocurrency like we're seeing with Elon Musk and other investment funds. This, to me, is the hugest signal that the gentleman from Stansberry Research may just be right. And I really do believe that the catalyst, the true catalyst for cryptocurrency, will be the collapse and the actual pullback or sell-off in the traditional stock market. That is for sure. Now, looking here, for anybody who wants to say, well, I heard what he said, the gentleman from the CEO from Discover Card, and he said he would separate out blockchain from cryptocurrency. So he means Ripple, not XRP. I got you. But at the end of the day, you can't separate blockchain from cryptocurrency. And don't believe me when I say it, but you better believe Brian Brooks when he says it. Listen here.
And here, where we seem to be embracing ambiguity, that's less likely. I would just say one other quick thing, Paul, and that is that in the US, among people who don't have a deep thesis for crypto, you often hear people talk about, well, I'm for blockchain, I'm just not for crypto. So when I hear phrases like distributed ledger technology, which is not a phrase that has ever been uttered in Silicon Valley, what I think that is code for is I'm pro-blockchain, but I'm anti-crypto. So let me just level set for people who are not deeply educated in this. There's no such thing as blockchain without crypto.
Oh, there you go. That's Brian Brooks, the former head of the OCC, telling you exactly what we know here on this channel. Is you may try to take a position that looks like, well, we're not into cryptocurrency, but we like blockchain for our business. You can't have one without the other. So what I see in all of this is not only the ability to take this patent from Ripple, as it were, and be able to apply it to businesses and companies, because for very large orders, the system can split the orders into small chunks and send each chunk separate exchanges for conversion of ODL before sending all the chunks to the final destination for conversion to target fiat. Transactions can also be automatic or manual, with a fixed 10-minute period for a user to accept the exchange rate before the transaction expires and a new quote must be attained. This is really off of the Ripple patent that just, like I said, I covered this a few days ago when it came out, but here it makes news again because I think it's pertinent to understand how it could impact actually somebody like the CEO at Discover Financial, who could be working with Ripple using their software and the complement of their patents and their distributed ledger technology, which, by the way, you can't have without being attached to a crypto, which is XRP, the native currency to the ledger, right? So at the end of the day, what I see here is I see Visa, I see MasterCard, I see PayPal, I see Venmo, for all the reasons more than just making money. They see that there's a new payment systems available and they're all connecting to them. And then the investment opportunities that exist behind them are going to fuel where the money's going to come from because of the collapse of an overbought stock market. That's where I'm at this morning. And I tell you, if I'm wrong, I'll make the video, but I don't think that I am. In this moment, I'm with Harry Dent on this one. Trouble's coming, and crypto is going to look like a real big answer to all of it. That's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Things just keep getting bigger. Head on a swivel out here. It's crypto. You never know. Check out all the links in the description box and the comment section for anything that you may want or need. And they are trusted, vetted links. I will catch all of you on the next one.